If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
Hello and welcome back to the Three Gaffers Transfer Talk, episode 3, with myself, Edward Brooks.
Joe Loudon.
James Francis.
A lot has gone on in the world of football recently since we've been away for a week or so. With
More than that now.
Well, yeah, it's been a little bit of a while, but we've all been doing our own stuff. First thing I do want to address in the video, though, in the past week, sadly had some news in the world of football that the world of football has lost a very talented player. A wife has lost her husband. 3 young children have lost their father in Diogo Jota. Boys, any
28
words,
as well.
Any words on the matter? Pay respects.
Yeah, it's weird because like it's been a long time since like a really like high profile player has had an accident like that, and someone who's obviously playing in the league where we all support teams.
Yeah,
that are in it. It's like it's tough.
I mean, we don't try to just stick to Premier League, but we are a very Premier League based football channel, and it's news in the world of football. It's very, very sad and tragic news. And for just anyone that is watching, anyone that already has become a fan of the Three Gaffers, and anyone that finds our content in this video, we thought the right thing to do is to, just pay our respects to Diogo Jota and his brother that were both, sadly passed away. Moving on with the rest of the episode now. It's great to be back, isn't it, boys? I'm really happy to be back in the studio.
We're back, baby. We're back.
Recovered enough to be on camera.
Yeah, just about.
Last time we were speaking about Liverpool potentially already winning the transfer window and their very early business. What's your opinions on that now?
Yeah, they probably still have so far, but there's still plenty of time. Some teams can make some big moves, and maybe not as big as Verts, but still big moves that could correlate to the equivalent of possibly a Verts, maybe.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Thomas Frank also being appointed as the new Spurs manager. Will he be able to turn anything around? Or?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's going to... Well, he's already got supposedly a big player that's on his mind, and I'm sure we'll get onto him a little bit later.
Yeah, of course. I think I know who you might be talking about, to be fair, mate. We're also talking about a lot of hot prospects in world football with Nico Williams and Rafa Leao. I mean, there's already been a lot of transfer news later on in the video we'll talk about with Nico Williams and Rafael Leao as well, and other things going on in Gyökeres, and also what is going on with Man United and Mbeumo,
Yeah, it's taking its
What's
time.
actually going on at United?
Mate,
Full stop.
It's been a while. I keep hearing updates and there's just nothing updates.
Yeah, well... Yeah, it's
the
been...
talks are ongoing.
We'll
Third bid made.
We'll talk Man United, I think, because Man United are having a bit of a rough time.
Well, let's catch us up on what's been going on recently then, Joe. Take it away, brother.
Right, so obviously...
Other than your new trim.
Yeah, new trim in. Bit of a fresh face. Fresh fade. Looking good, feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We out here. Keep it real, you know what I mean?
Keep it
fucking real.
Keep it real, mate. Keep it real.
Come on. Right, so moving on to Arsenal. Arsenal are obviously making moves this summer in the transfer window, and you obviously have them announcing Zubimendi with Kepa, Norgard. But if I was to say that was going to be your only signings this summer, is it really the exciting transfer window that you'd want?
Massive, mate.
Massive, yeah?
Nah.
Oh, do you know
no, obviously not, but it's foundations for something. It's good, isn't it?
Foundation, but now they are linked with Eberiche Eze.
Now we're talking. Now we're starting. All the other people now we're being linked with. I'm like, we're cooking now.
Keep
this going.
Well, you're going to be possibly taking him off of a target rival of targets.
And you'll still finish second. It's crazy.
Obviously, taking Eze as a target away from Spurs is a
relegation battle.
Oh god,
it's coming.
Imagine.
Brace yourselves.
That's the only cup you'll be lifting. But no, we're linked with Eberiche Eze, and out of all the links, and this could come across as crazy to a lot of people. Out of Eze, Rodrygo, and Gyökeres, the one who I'm most excited with currently is actually Eberiche Eze. He's Premier League proven, and I think what he'd bring to Arsenal, how he can dribble out of teams, and
I like him.
we've seen how good Eze can be in the Crystal Palace side. if you put them in a side that are competing for titles and are trying to compete for stuff, I think Eze is going to like.
They don't win anything. What do you mean compete? Anyway,
compete and not win stuff. That's what we're known for, mate.
Well, obviously
But
you mentioned Gyökeres there. Obviously, looks like the deal's done for about 70 million. It's obviously a bit of a debate on how much is it getting paid up front, how much of it is getting paid over the years of the contract. But the choice of Gyökeres over Sesko, will it pay off? I'm not too sure. And that might be the worst thing I've ever seen to my left. I don't ever want to see that ever again, Ed. James looked just...
You will be getting this next season.
I didn't see it.
You will be getting it a lot.
Oh, God.
If
unless he flops.
Unless he flops. But
I think you should have gone for Sesko, but that's just my preference.
No. James, Sesko or Gyökeres? Gyökeres all the way. Yeah, I'm Gyökeres all the way as well.
Never liked him. I never rated him, mate. Never wanted him at the club. He said he was a nothing player.
Funny thing is, as well, I believe that if
United never wanted
Newcastle
him.
lost Isak, I think all Newcastle fans would be like screaming, going, Gyökeres over Sesko as well. I really do.
We'd be screaming for everyone. We'd have like 450 million to play with if we sold Isak.
You'd get 450 million for Isak.
No, do you not know how PSR works, you moron?
Here we go.
You moron. It gets amortised over
Welcome
3
back
years.
to Three Gaffers. Some things never change.
Some things never change. Ed doesn't understand the rules of FFP and PSR. Anyway.
We'll sip to that, James. Won't we, mate?
Oh, God. Arse looking. Well, anyway, moving on to, I think, in my opinion, the most exciting transfer that Arsenal should be screaming for right now.
Yeah.
Not the Gyökeres, not the Eze, not the Zubamendi. It is apparently Rodrygo from Real Madrid is available for £70 million.
Price for him as well. Wow.
Supposedly, but they're not the only club interested. The only other one that is interested at this point, which I think they then lose to in this transfer battle, is PSG. European champions come calling. Oh.
And the reason I don't think he goes, the reason he's leaving Real Madrid, he wants to be the main man. And if he goes to Arsenal, he can be that. Him and Saka will be the main men at the club.
Men.
What do you want?
That's not the same.
All right.
What you're saying is he wants to be the main man.
He'd play left wing, which is the position he wants to play.
He'd play left wing for PSG?
Yeah, but what's his name? Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, they'd move him over
he's
to the right.
He's an outright left winger.
They'd move him out to the right.
Yeah, but he's just won him the Champions League. You're not going to move him out of position, are you?
For Rodrygo, there's a possibility that you do.
Okay, yeah, I do agree with that. But I think if you look at it, I can...
Or they play him through the middle and put Dembele out on the right and then put Kvaratskhelia on the left.
Anything for a good player not to go to Arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
No, I just think that PSG is the more attractive option right now. You're going to a side that could possibly dominate Europe for the next, I don't know, couple of years.
Yeah,
whereas you go to Arsenal, you're just going to finish second and never win a trophy,
Real
aren't you?
Madrid should be the team that are going to dominate Europe for the next
Yeah, they could, but they haven't quite... They've got a new manager. It might not click straight away, so they might be in and around it, but they might not win it. Whereas PSG have got
I do think you're chatting waffle again. Madrid
More or less always win.
They'll be in and around it.
Always win. So why would you say it's not?
It's the first season they haven't won anything in a while. I agree last season, but that's...
They'll come back next year.
Yeah, Real Madrid will come back. Dean Hodgson,
I'm not saying they can't.
Xabi Alonso's fresh take on football, and
we'll see. But I think the Rodrygo deal will only happen if Martinelli goes to Saudi, which is possibly on the cards. Apparently, 80 million.
It really would be heartbreaking.
80 million for Martinelli.
I'd take that. I'd bite your hand off for that.
Yeah,
I think you take
for a player of his level, 80 mil. That's
I know that's something that really
he's not worth more than 20.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
I mean, we bought him for 3 million.
15.
So 3 million we got him for, and like
he's worth like 20 now.
Oh yeah, and,
exactly.
But if we get that money from
it's cash money, isn't it?
It's straight pure profit. That's the thing, because they obviously got him more than 3 years ago. It doesn't come under the PSR window.
Exactly.
So they just
get
it's 80 million pure profit because they haven't got anything else to pay.
It does hurt
obviously,
me,
other than his contract.
That would be if you lose Martinelli. If that's the sacrifice we have to make to get Rodrygo, you lose Martinelli and you're getting Rodrygo plus 10 million. That's actually quite decent.
But I think Rodrygo would be on more wages than Martinelli was, so it kind of...
That's unbelievable.
You'd say it's for about the same amount.
And I do want to quickly talk about all these links and all the already signed players, and like we're very active in this window in particular. It's the first window under the new sporting director Berti, who used to be Atletico Madrid's sporting director. and he's got a plan. He's actually doing something, which is nice. To have a sporting director that goes, right, we're signing this guy, we're signing that guy, we're going to start making a plan and building stuff.
It's nice. It's nice for a bit of incentive, I suppose. It just depends if they're going to pay off or not. That's the big question.
We'll see.
Will they pay off? A lot of not Premier League proven players coming into your team. It'll be interesting. I think
that's why I said I was excited about Eze because he's Premier League proven.
No, I get that.
And then you went meh.
I didn't say meh. When did I say meh?
You went meh.
No, I didn't. I said not big club mentality. You should be going for bigger and better. But all right.
1 minute you're like, go.
No, I'm joking.
Go for Premier League proven player, and then the next minute he's like, oh,
I'm joking. Eze's great. Anyway, moving on to Manchester United, who seem to be struggling in the window from what we can see after.
No, we're doing great.
After signing Mateus Cunha for 62.5 million, which seemed like just the start for Man United.
Yeah.
But
I think the Club World Cup starting as.
But after missing out on deals such as Delap, Gyökeres, Osimhen...
Can you imagine first game of the season, if we get Gyökeres in time, opening day, Old Trafford, Arsenal, Man United...
And then we beat you 3-0.
And then Gyökeres scores the last-minute winner. You'll be absolutely livid, wouldn't you?
The fact that we'll probably win it as well, that'd be fun.
If they beat you first day of the season, I would not leave you alone. Oh, my God.
Yeah, fair play. But I'd be the same.
But obviously, with missing out on those deals, you thought, okay, Mbeumo, it's looking likely, but it's still not done. You can't seem to agree on the fee. The player side is apparently fully done. It's all wrapped up. It's agreed 200 grand, 250, depending on bonuses and stuff like that.
Where are they getting the money from?
Oh, I wish I knew.
Where are you getting it?
But is it a
Kit
worry?
sales? Is it like
deep pockets?
Yeah, there is, to be fair. But is it a worry that you're not able to get Mbeumo over the line when he's... Apparently you're trying to...
It's been going on so long. I don't know if it's going to work out. But the fact it's been going on so long, it's got to. It'd be so embarrassing if it didn't.
And then he stays at Brentford.
If he was like this world-class player coming from a big club, it took this long. Like I think I'd be a bit more...
calm.
Yeah.
But he's a proper quality player, but it's just. Is it like? Are you worried about now the deals that you are supposedly being linked to as your front man, which is Mr. Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Everton?
How did we get to this point?
That has come out of nowhere.
How were they linked literally less than a month ago to Viktor Osimhen, and then they've gone from that to Calvert-Lewin?
I think it's just where we're at.
I just think.
But where you're at is getting lower and lower.
They've looked at something that they can get over the line, and it's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like
it's another man.
He'll probably
in the door.
put more goals away than Ireland.
He definitely, I think he would. But his biggest problem at Everton, we all know this, is injury record is terrifying.
Now injuries are.
He just doesn't play many games, man.
The moment he arrives, he's one game in, he'll get injured. He'll be like Mount.
Yeah, that's probably what will happen.
Yeah, that's what.
But in there is a slight bright side to it.
Young lad coming.
You got that new left back, Diego Leon,
and he's saying that he wants to be a starter.
Yeah, he could.
He's talking big games.
Well, he could have a key role next season, considering Luke Shaw is still not fit.
He's going to have a couple of chances. He's going to take him, and he'll be starting role left back.
What happens to
Dorgu?
That's some big talk.
What do you think happens to Dorgu in that situation then?
What
do you think happens to Dorgu in that situation then? What do you think he moves out to the right?
He's not really lit on fire, is he?
Yeah, but he's better than
he's
better than like Dalot or Mazraoui. Been on the wing back position.
Dalot plays more.
He plays more, but he plays worse.
James,
from what I've seen, he plays worse. But
with all the links and not many deals getting over the line, if you could sign one realistic signing in this transfer window, just one, who are you getting? Realist, don't go mental. But who is it? Would it be an Mbeumo, or would it be would you go somewhere different? Go for a bit of Madueke? Are you going for a bit of... improvement on your play this week.
He is an improvement, but it's still not.
I don't know. You know what? Our squad's that good. It's just hard to think of someone to top them.
I mean, you've got Anthony coming back, so that's kind of like a new signing.
That guy's never going to play a game.
Anthony coming back.
I don't think he's going to play a game.
And Sancho.
I'll be shocked.
Sancho.
Apparently Sancho, Anthony, Rashford.
Yeah.
Garnucci.
One more. Garnacho. Apparently they're all off the project.
They're all off.
Yeah, but they'll be sitting there collecting that fat paycheck. I think about
like Bale was when he was playing golf.
300. I think Sancho's
Bale right now.
Sancho's also on 250.
Bring me Messi, mate.
Sancho 250. Anthony 200. Garnacho, I think he's only on like 100. So that's about 750 to 800 grand a week. Just
not part of the budget. Yeah.
Whoosh, down the toilet. Well, anyway, we'll move on to my club because Newcastle are finally.
I have nothing left to say right now. So.
well, Newcastle are finally making some moves for once in a transfer.
You signed one player, mate. You got here we go on one player.
Yeah, we've been here we go on Elanga from Nottingham Forest, 52 million.
You did get it over the line.
Plus add-ons.
Well
going out to the Newcastle fans. Shut up. Do you know what? I actually think that has fully given them the money for their Mbeumo deal. That missing little bit of change. They got like 10-15% of Elanga. So that means they get.
Them out,
I never sold him.
Yeah. You wouldn't have this problem if you just hadn't sold him. But
what would he be a player is now?
Well, go on. You play. You've got your man, haven't you? Finally, and you're saying you need a new right winger, and he is going to be your right winger.
I think
if he can build on that.
I think he's a really decent player. Champions League level, not sure. I don't know how he'll do. He'll do good on away days because he's absolutely rapid.
Them nights make players, don't they?
That's what I mean. But talking to other Newcastle fans, what do you think about this transfer? Was it too much? I think it was a bit too much, a bit of an overpay. But obviously with the sell-on clause,
when you buy any player from one Premier League team to another, you've got to pay a premium.
Yeah, but
all the time.
Realistically, it's probably. I think it's coming to around 55 million. For 10 million more, you could have signed Cunha and Mbeumo.
You could have got.
Yeah, but he didn't want to use it.
Rafael Leao, you could have got
they wanted little Olos. Yeah. On nothing.
Well, is it a good enough deal instead of Mbeumo? It's not as good as Mbeumo, but it's still
great. Prestige.
It's still.
And I'll say it one more time. Only cup he's going to be lifting.
Dog water. That's what your team's saying next season. Anyway,
go on. Who I believe is the most overrated goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah, you believe that
he's
Trafford is terrible, but James Trafford is coming to Newcastle, looking like for around 35 million-ish.
Good enough to be a starter.
Which is
35 mil for him.
Well, he's touted as England's future number one, and if that comes to fruition, then
but so was
no. But I'm saying if it comes to fruition,
my memory failed.
Are you thinking about Dean Henderson? Are you thinking about
Dean Henderson, Ramsdale? The list is endless.
Look, I think
there's another one that fell off me even more.
I think with a bit of he's good with his feet. His shot stopping is also really good. I think with a bit of tutelage under Pope and a bit of extra help around with the coaches, I reckon he can become a quality little keeper.
But the funniest thing is, I reckon if he got an offer from Sunderland and he went there for some random reason, or he went to a big rival of yours, you'd next week you'd go, nah, I never rated him, mate.
He's shocking.
Yeah, you'd agree with me then. It's because he's linked with your club, you then think he's all right.
He's the best keeper the Championship's ever seen, which I get is the Championship. He is.
Ever seen?
Yeah, because he has the best record that's ever been set in the Championship.
Oh, no, it's because Burnley had the best defence that season.
Did you not? He prevented over 18 XG. That is literally he's presented.
Ridiculous.
He stopped 18 XG last season.
The fact you said that James Trafford's the best goalkeeper the Championship's ever seen, bro.
On statistics, yeah, he is.
Right, move on. I can't talk about.
Anyway, I'm excited for that. I think he's the long-term solution, and obviously the successor of Pope. And
I'd rather sign Coble.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend 60 million on a keeper. You take anyone at United, so let's not move at that.
I want Trafford over Onana.
I would.
I wouldn't.
Onana's a better keeper than Trafford.
We'll have to wait and see.
That's no question.
Yeah, but the difference between Onana is Onana's in his prime and Trafford's 22. 21, 22?
Is Onana in his prime?
Yes.
Does he
ain't seen the best of Onana yet, mate.
Does he have a prime?
Go on then, who else do you link with then?
As well as, obviously, those two.
This next one I really rate. So
we are heavily interested in Giorgio Scalvini from Atalanta.
Baller.
A young Italian centre back, highly rated by Italians.
Italian media.
Italian media rate him as the
next Maldini.
He's
an unbelievable player.
It's Italian. It's not the Newcastle fans before anyone starts coming at us.
It isn't.
It's Italian media.
If you play Football Manager, or have ever played Football Manager, you'll know this kid's got a future.
Why are you going to...
because in Football Manager, that guy, he's just a joke. You sign him for any club and he becomes the best in the world.
I believe it'll cost a bigger sum than what we've already bidded, which has been reported.
Mbeumo on FIFA was a wonder kid.
Yeah, true.
He's reached some heights, but he's not like the best in the world.
Did you see him in that one tournament though?
That World Cup 2018?
Yeah,
he was a FIFA prodigy.
Yeah, he was naughty.
But if you sign a player like that, that's a very, very good player.
I think that means our defence is sorted for
a while.
I think the oldest person in our defence would be Sven Botman at 25, 26. We'd have Hall at 20, Livramento at 22, Scalvini at 19, and then Botman at 25. And then if Trafford was to come in, it would be 22 in goal as well, which would be one of the youngest defences, but also one of the better defences in the league. No, I'm sorry, Botman, Scalvini, Livramento, and Hall is a...
You love making bold statements, don't you?
I'm sorry, but Hall was one of the best left backs. Hall was one of the best left backs last season. Livramento was one of the best right backs last season. And then...
Was he?
Yeah. Before Hall got injured, before like the last couple of months of the season, he was up there with Gyökeres as one of the best left backs in the league. Do you know what? It don't matter.
Plays for England well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does.
He got called up for England before Lewis Skelly.
Scored a goal for England, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that was Lewis Skelly, wasn't it?
Skelly,
That's it. 49. Lewis Skelly.
I'm not chanting that.
Mate. Newcastle missed out on a certain individual, though, didn't they, Joseph? Your time for the little missing out on players.
We're not happy about this.
I wasn't really. I thought
you were fuming at this one.
Oh, do you know what?
You wanted him over Elanga. You did. I know you did.
Yeah, if I was to choose...
How many more did he want?
The list is endless. He was like, I wanted him.
Well,
how many more did Chelsea want, honestly?
That's another thing. How are Chelsea spending all this money?
They've got so many players on the books, though, that are all over 100 grand a week.
I want to see that.
Many.
Because you know how was it the beginning of last season where they had a squad thing where they filled it up with all the positions? They had 42 people. I want to know if it's got larger or smaller, because I'm pretty sure it's got larger.
They sold
it has got bigger.
They did sell a lot, though.
Have you seen just their attackers alone, guys? Just their attackers alone, they've got.
João Pedro was
so many attackers.
Is such a good player, and
these players have all come in, and now Pedro's there.
Well, that's what I mean. I feel bad for Delap because Delap's not going to get minutes over João Pedro.
He's not going to start now.
I think that
João Pedro
they'll play him like how João Pedro's played for
as well.
How João Pedro's played for Brighton. He's played a cam the whole time for Brighton. He has played cam for Brighton.
A certain player is going to be 100% in front of him.
Are you thinking Cole Palmer?
Yeah,
Cole Palmer. Yeah, but Cole Palmer.
He's not going to operate on the. He's not going to operate on the right. They've also just brought in that new youngster from Brazil who they have said he's going to start, that Esteval guy.
Right, what about 4-5-1 then? Two cams, left.
5-2-1-2.
They're not going to drop out Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo, or two of those players. As defensive, because they haven't even signed a good defender yet. They need to sign a defender.
We'll see, mate.
The defence is the worst part of the game, and they keep signing all the bloody best attackers.
They're going to put 11 forwards on.
That's what I mean.
Pray for the best.
I think the only difference was João Pedro's wage demands. Well, no, it's not even his demands. It's the fact that Chelsea are offering him 200 plus a week, which is something we can't do at this point in time because of PSR and all the regulations. But yeah. Well. Now let's talk about some transfers around the world, boys. Well, some that are still in the Prem, but some of the ones that have also been around the world not involving our clubs. Teo Hernandez to Al Hilal for 35 million euros. So I think that's about 30 million quid.
Yeah,
crazy.
Which is absolutely... The only thing... Obviously, he's going for the money. And you have to respect it. I think it's a waste of talent. And I think it also shows the lack of determination. I think it, but obviously, you've got to weigh up the pros and cons of he is going to be offered about 600-700 grand a week.
Couple years there.
His contract was running down. I believe he just had one more year on his contract, hence why the fee was so low. He obviously has been known for being very good at AC Milan, being one of their best players. But last year, this season just gone, has been quite poor. So I think he saw this as an opportunity to be like, if I'm ever going to get the opportunity to go to Saudi, this is going to be my chance now, and I'm going to take it straight away and going to get the money. It's just sad we're seeing such a top quality left back that could walk in, and again, most teams in Europe. In Theo Hernandez now moved to the Saudi league, but fair play to him.
Your beloved AC Milan is getting dragged through
they
the
get
mud,
them, don't they?
Isn't it? Beloved AC Milan getting dragged through the mud, getting players taken off your left, right, and centre.
Don't bad Tottenham, mate.
I'm only joking. It's just I know he loves a bit of AC Milan.
Big club, mate. Very big club.
I know you love AC Milan. It's tough seeing how
it's sad, but then you say that there's another big news which we haven't actually talked about, which I
second
will quickly
half of the season
throw up,
season, yeah?
guys.
It's going to be top 4, mate.
No, you're not.
Another big transfer news that I will throw in because you've just reminded me in that Juve are now willing to terminate Dusan Vlahovic's contract, one of their best players in their whole squad, and they're terminating his contract because of his wage. His wage bill is way too high.
It's on like 250.
He doesn't want to play for the club anymore, and Allegri is come to Milan. So yeah, they're going to lose a lot of good defensive players, Milan at the moment. But it looks like
if they're going to get him on a free, they're then going to
get him on a free transfer.
And they're going to have to pay him stupid amounts of wages.
So he would be on a lot of money. But then again, if you're AC Milan,
you're not paying a fee for him either.
Yeah, you're not paying a fee. You would pay him the wage because you look at the situation they're in currently. Bringing him into the side, that will keep a lot of the other bigger names at the club, I reckon, bringing a name like him in. But moving on to the next one. Sorry
let's
about
move
that.
on to a player that Man United should or could have probably signed, and that is
I didn't think he was going to.
Viktor Osimhen has confirmed to Galatasaray. Fully, here we go. He's on the way. Is what it is, and well, at least he's not gone to Saudi, but I still.
Yeah, Viktor Osimhen, like, fair play. Again, I don't think he's made the best career choices since that amazing season.
I didn't see him coming. It's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. And you think about Napoli, just won the Serie A back-to-back now, and they've just signed Kevin De Bruyne, and they're building something. That Noah Lang as well, the Dutch winger. And I think they're building something. And they've obviously gone to Osimhen being like, yeah, you did well for us a couple of years ago, but look what we've done since we got rid of you. We've won the league again. Now we've brought in De Bruyne.
Yeah, but Osimhen's a better version of Lukaku, really.
Yeah, I do agree.
If you put Osimhen in that team, they'd be better.
That's a good point. That's a good point. If Viktor Osimhen moved to the Prem, would he have scored the goals that Lukaku scored in the Premier League? I don't know if he would.
I think he would. I think he's not as strong. He's not quite as physical, but he's pacier, and he's also a bit more like of an aerial.
Yeah, you're forgetting prime Lukaku.
Bit of a crazy thing to say.
Prime Lukaku was fast.
He's not the same as he was.
He's not now. Yeah.
He was a player though.
Oh no, he was great. But what I'm saying is, right now,
he had a fall off, but he was
right now, Osimhen is more mobile, probably a bit more acrobatic and better in the air. I'd say probably level on striking. I'd say the only thing is a bit of physicality missing, but. Then again, you can bulk up in pre-season. You can get a bit more weight to you.
Up a little bit, sorry.
But
Gyökeres to Liverpool, done deal.
Yeah,
well done.
Yeah, people have known this one for ages. I just thought I thought it should be brought up.
I think we mentioned it a little bit.
Yeah, no, but when we last mentioned
what's going on with him at the moment?
He's chosen Spurs. It's come out earlier today. He had chosen Spurs, and it is. It's just waiting on two clubs to agree the fee.
That ain't a bad one, though.
What a waste, man.
Well, apparently
if they lose Bowen as well, West Ham,
they're not going to lose Bowen.
They'd be in trouble.
They're not going to lose Bowen.
They'd be in trouble. And have you seen their new kit? Oh
I
my
think
God,
he's
it's horrible.
in it I can't see Bowen leaving.
I don't see Bowen leaving.
I couldn't see him leaving, but if he did,
unless it got so dire that
no, because he's contracted to
dire. That was alright.
Oh God. And he's
go on, what's the next one then, Joe? Because this one's rubbish.
Nwaneri. Even Nwaneri is looking at his options elsewhere due to the fact that he's not getting guaranteed play time at Arsenal.
He's not though.
It's literally been reported.
Boy.
Islington boy, put him up through the academy.
We've upgraded his number as well. Next season he's going to wear the number 22, so we've given him a new number.
That's crazy.
There's no way.
God, going from 53 to 22. That's
nothing can stop him now.
Oh, that's different.
That is big.
Not catching him.
No. That's
not catching him.
No.
He's big.
That's unbelievable.
If you get a number upgrade, you don't usually get a number upgrade if you're leaving.
Number.
Oh, that's the stuff. That's the stuff that kids dream for. That number change, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree with that statement.
Not guaranteed.
Because when you're in a team and you're an academy boy and you go from a massive number and then you get given
is not the number he was thinking of. He was thinking the number 10 or the number 14.
22 is clean, isn't it?
Stop switching up on me now. Don't do that.
But there's no way Ethan Waneri leaves Arsenal.
He has been looking at other options, according to Fabrizio Romano and Ornstein. He's literally said,
well, they're both wrong because there's no way he leaves. Like I'd put
trusted sources and trusted people who actually have communication.
Give me £100 bet right now, Jay. Bet me now. Would you bet me?
I'm not going to bet any money with you because you're deluded, and he'll just go back on it. He'll go back on it. Yeah, you're not good for it either.
What's that mean?
Anyway,
how?
Well, that could happen, and
Ethan Waneri is staying at Arsenal.
I think if you don't,
you gave it the big and going. Real Madrid are going to get Luke.
Oh, it's a nothing club. So
Miles Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly signed a new contract.
Boring. Do you know what's a funny one that I thought we'd chat about is Kyle Walker to Burnley.
I've chatted with a few people about this.
This is crazy.
This is a crazy one, you know.
I don't think it is. He's washed, mate.
Did
you watch him at Milan last year? It was terrible.
I think it's crazy he's at Burnley. Like, I just think it's crazy.
I just think a newly promoted side has gone, you know what? We're going to get Kyle Walker.
Who'd have thought, mate?
And if you'd said that 2-3 years ago, that a newly promoted Burnley side's going to get Kyle Walker, everyone would be like, what is going on? This is... What kind of money have Burnley ran into or something?
Nah.
But I think it's going to do well for him.
I pray for the women of that city, mate.
Next one. Paul Pogba's back in football at Monaco.
Oh, God, the amount of children they're having with Walker as their last name. Crazy. Anyway, yeah, like
Paul
you were saying.
Pogba's back in football.
Monaco.
With Ansu Fati.
With Ansu Fati, the Barcelona prodigy.
So good.
The Barcelona prodigy.
They're cooking Monaco, I reckon. If you get a fully fit like Pogba in that team, in that league as well, they'll cook.
We'll see what.
2 years out of football is still 2 years out of football is still quite a long time.
Big game. He was in tears signing the contract. I thought that was quite nice.
It's like a fake post or something where he's probably like having a go at Manchester or something like that, and people believed it. No, I can't remember the comment. I think
I saw that when he commented on Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, that's it.
And he was like, "Oh, I can't believe you're still at that club."
It's so good.
And everyone was like, "Oh my God."
Oh,
Jesus
so
Christ.
Well, we've already talked about João Pedro to Chelsea, but there's a new other side. They signed another player as well.
Well, it's just one of their 12 that they've already signed. Jamie Bino Gittins from Borussia Dortmund, young 21-year-old winger.
How are they going to fit them all in?
They're not.
They're
doing what
every week they're going to have a different
different
squad.
They're just doing they're just hoarding all the young talent and hoping that
I think a lot of the young talent they'll loan out to their partner club. They've now got Strasbourg. Strasbourg.
Yeah, they did that with Andre Santos, who was a player that a couple of clubs were linked to before he went to Chelsea. He was linked to, I think he was linked to United. He was just linked to us as well, and he ended up going to Chelsea because he was guaranteed playing time, and he got shipped straight off to Strasbourg. Yep. Oh, you know what?
Did he get game time at Strasbourg?
Yeah, I think he got in the league.
I'm sure he thought about that when he signed for Chelsea.
Yeah, I think that's what he was looking at. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go play in the French league. Oh, I'm going to Chelsea and I'm going to play in the French league.
You want an easy life, mate. You're playing the French league.
True, to be fair.
Just get battered 2 times a week by PSG. The rest of it's easy.
Yeah, get battered 2 times a week, drink lots of wine, eat lots of cheese. You know what I mean? Just have a great time. Crazy. Anyway, I think the final thing we should touch on is that Antoine Semenyo, a big target for a couple of clubs this summer. I think Arsenal were linked to him at one point, and we were linked with him at one point. I don't even know if you.
Everyone's been
linked to Semenyo for a while, and he's signed a new long-term deal to 2030 now.
What, with Bournemouth?
Yeah, with Bournemouth.
Is he actually?
Yeah, 2030.
Fair play, Bournemouth.
It's a big hold for them.
It's a big hold for him. I don't like. I think he could have got. Maybe he's just happy and settled there, and he believes in Areola and what he's going to build.
He's a quality manager. I've said.
And to be fair, they have only lost Huijsen. They are looking like they might lose their other centre back, Zabani, to PSG.
That's it. Yeah, PSG really want him.
But we'll wait and see with that. And obviously, they've still got a couple of players kicking about. But like, Semenyu's a big game player for them, and comes in quite clutch.
He's just flirting with me across the
is it? It's all right. Well, obviously, and another player that you were linked with, heavily this summer.
I know you're devastated by it.
Is that Nico Williams has signed the new long-term deal that gives him 100.
I don't know if the mics picked that up, but it sounded like someone dropped a plate and it scared me. Still going. Right, let's carry on. But no, Nico Williams, I was potentially excited by the prospect, but.
Oh my god. You couldn't write this stuff. What time? What is going on? Anyway, yeah, Nico Williams has signed a new long-term contract with Athletic Bilbao for, I think it's still like 2032, which is a massively long contract, but gives him till he's like, I think 29. So that gives him a long-term contract where he's on like 300 grand a week. But
I don't think I can do this.
James, how about you wrap us up?
Okay. Go on,
James. You did it so well last time. Let's see if you can.
Weekend Glasgow should give me the courage for this. You know what I mean?
Since we've done transfer talk, he's aced it. So.
Can't rank it. What's going on? Let's wrap this up.
The building's not being very friendly to us today.
No, it's not.
I'm a bit scared.
Well, how does that? Is that just automatically?
I don't know what's going on, mate.
Anyway.
This is so mental.
There we go. We're done. Anyway, if we've survived this, thank you for watching. Check us out on all our socials: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, @Three Gaffers. See you next week. I can still hear it. See you next week. Like, subscribe. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for watching.
So much noise.
Jesus, what was going on there?
Yeah, I had to see the end though.